When you talk to your mates and your family back home about this trip, were they like, I think John's lost the plot? Or were they like, that's John being John?
Exactly, yeah. I think my family and friends know me well enough to now to be like, yeah, that's just John.
What was the plan?
So the plan was to head to the border of Panama and Colombia and then kind of make our way along the sand blasts, which are incredibly beautiful, towards like Bocas del Toro, where we'll probably settle for a little while. So yeah, it was about 30 hours into the passage. We had 2 hours to go and I'd only slept like 2 hours. I just checked my phone and I just caught a fish. So always have a line out the back while I'm sailing, because you just trawl a line with a lure. It's like, great, I'm gonna have sashimi for dinner tonight, you know? And yeah, just turned around to throw the line back in. I'm like, still got 2 hours left of the passage, might catch another one, you know? Might have come into a place with a lot of fish. And yeah, I went to throw the line out and it happened in a split second, almost in slow motion as well. You know, looking back on it. And yeah, I just put my foot wrong and next minute I'm in the water.
So when you say put your foot wrong, what, you just walk leaning over?
Yeah, my boat had like a sugar scoop on the back, a little platform, and I'd been hanging off there in wild seas, you know, but maybe because the seas were so calm as well, I was probably a little bit complacent, but it was just bad luck, yeah. And I just turned and, I don't know, my foot slipped from underneath me, I was on my butt, and then I was in the water in a split second, and head up above water, and in that moment, I'm watching my boat, which is always on autopilot, like, because I'm a solo sailor, also, everyone, you're not at the steering wheel. The only time you're ever at the steering wheel is when you come into anchor or when you leave an anchorage. The rest of the time, it's on autopilot. And because there wasn't a lot of wind, the boat, I had full sail up, both sails, and the motor running. And I fell in, and I'd talked about this situation, like this is like the sailor's worst nightmare. I'd talked about this situation so many times with people, like that's got to be the worst way to go. Imagine falling overboard and seeing your boat sail away from you.
But you said the worst way to go. I mean, when you say the way to go, that means the way to die.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
So that was it. You just thought you go in.
Yeah.
That's curtains, I'm gone.
That's it. For 3 years, I used my phone to navigate. I just checked my phone because, I knew how far I was, a couple of hours away of arriving. And so I knew the distance. That's how I knew how far offshore I was. Fell in the water, yeah, and way to go, because I'm like, if your boat's sailing away from you, if you're not close enough to the shore, like, you're a goner. I fell in the water and I'm watching my boat sail away. I think the first minute was just pure denial, not wanting to believe. Is this really my reality right now?
Because how tired are you at this point?
That was definitely on my mind as well, yeah, fatigued, super fatigued. I mean, the dunk of water kind of woke me up, but that was, yeah, it's amazing how much stuff went immediately through my mind. That was one thing that was definitely, I'm like, I'm tired right now, this is not ideal. I'm also, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not in the best physical shape, I've ever been in. I like a beer. Which is why, yeah, I'm like, when I got in that water and I'm watching my boat, after I got over the denial, like, for the first minute, I was like, didn't want to believe, like, this can't be reality. Am I dreaming? Is this real? I'm like, I can feel the water. I can see my boat. I'm pretty sure that's real. Okay, it is real. I'm like, I'm dead for sure. This is the day I die, 100%. I'm like, there's no chance. I'd seen it's like just over 9 nautical miles. Doing the math, I'm like, that's like 17 Ks. There's no chance. Like, wow. There's gonna be that, that fateful lungful of water is coming.
Were you wearing a life jacket?
No.
Did you have an EPIRB?
No. I had an EPIRB on the boat that was sailing away, but no, I didn't have a personal one, no. I didn't have a life jacket on. I mean, it was calm. That said, I know, shoulda, coulda, woulda, I should have had my life jacket, And, but I mean, I crossed the Atlantic 19 days alone. I didn't have my life jacket on. I took calculated risks. But like I said, this was just bad luck. Just a slip that happened to put me into the water. But I had a T-shirt, literally had a T-shirt and shorts, that's all I had. And
so the adrenaline surges.
Yep.
And you think, I'm dead.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of floated, I kind of treaded water for a moment and thinking, right, I'm going to die. Okay, I wasn't quite ready, didn't think that was coming so soon, but thought about it for a while and I thought, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Like, I'm not tired right now, I've got energy, the adrenaline, I'm in the water, still watching the boat go away, but I'm like, am I just going to float around and wait for that lungful of water? I'm like, I may as well start swimming. So I started swimming.
Hello, I'm Tom Steinfort. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minutes segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au, as well as the 9Now app.